Okay, so I don't know if I'm the only one that this happens to, but have you ever like started doing something and then you found out that someone else was doing the same thing, and then in your mind you're like, I have to be better than them. You don't know where it comes from, but you just suddenly just have this drive to just be better than them. Has it ever happened to you before? Well, it has happened to me right from when I was a child. I don't know, maybe because when I was in primary school, I always used to take first. I always used to take first. I don't know, I used to take first. I didn't even put any effort. I just used to take first, right? But like right from that time, I think maybe when I now entered secondary school, it got to a place where I was like, I have to be better than every other person. I just had this competitive spirit, like, and it made me feel like when it came to maybe academics or something, every other person was the enemy. I just had to be better than them. I have to be better than every other person. And then I realized that it's even drifted from academics. Let me give you an example. I could be walking with you on the road. I don't know you. I could just be walking with you on the road. Maybe we're on the way to dining hall or something like that. And I just feel like I must get there before you. For no reason. Just happens like that. I must get there before you. And I realized that it started happening in every part of my life. Like even when I got to the university, it's in fact it's even left academics. Like every other thing, I just feel like I must do it better than you do it. I must do it better than you do it. And eventually, when I realized that was what had become of me, I found that I looked around me and I saw that almost everyone I knew was actually doing that. Like it had become, we have this every man for himself kind of culture, kind of quota, and that culture has been ingrained into our system. At least for me, I can say that it was like every little thing, it always felt like I had to be better than the next person. And the real question here is why? Like if everybody actually says, okay, there is one person's light will not turning one person's light will not make yours brighter. So what's actually the point of trying to make or in our in the classroom someone has to come first, someone has to come second, someone has to come third, someone has to come last, right? And like there are so many systems that encourage competition, and instead of seeing ourselves as as people that can support each other, we see ourselves as enemies, and it's not nice. It's not necessary. This was supposed to be an intro before I go to the main video, but anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Hi guys, welcome again to my channel. My name is Eniola, and basically what I talk about on this channel, I give practical steps to building and sustaining purposeful relationships, and I just talk about my experiences and how like they have impacted my life growing up and living, and like while trying to pursue a godly lifestyle, right, and fulfill purpose in Christ Jesus. So I was talking about how I used to be a big ass competitor. Like I used to be a competitor. I would compete for everything, like every single freaking thing. And I don't know, it was exhausting. I won't even lie, it was so exhausting to see somebody just doing their own thing, and for me to just, I won't even tell you I'm competing with you, I will just compete with you, and then when I win, there's no crowd to applaud me. I'll just maybe I'll feel a bit better, but there'll still be another person that will want to compete with. So the cycle just keeps going on and on and on, and it feels like it doesn't even stop, right? So I don't even know what changed, what made me say, okay, I want to I want to stop competing. But I think that I found myself in the middle of constant comparisons, and my life was literally spiraling. What is that? And my life was literally spiraling out of control. Like it was like it was leading me to burnout, especially when I was in school. It was leading me to burnout. It was hard, right? So I just decided that something had to change. And I think freshly when I got out of school, I had a conversation with the Holy Spirit about it, and he's like, I'm going to point out a couple of things to you so you can see that all this conversation are doing necessary actually. So I think the very first thing was your difference is clear. Like Eniola, your difference, it is so clear. Like, one of the remarkable things about God, is that when he was creating, he made sure that all the elements of his creation, they stood out. Every single human being stands out. Like, we are all so different. So why do you think that you can even compete with somebody? You cannot even compete. You can't compete with somebody because the both of you are on different journeys. Don't you get? Like, you cannot even say, if I look back, there's somebody I'm leaving behind or something. I can't remember where I saw a quote recently that said that if you ever feel like you're not making it, look back, you're ahead of somebody. You're not ahead of anybody. Everybody has their own journey. Everybody is on their race. Do you get? So even if I wanted to feel like, oh, if I compete with you, maybe I'll be ahead of you, it is false. I can never be ahead of anybody. It's just like saying that someone's going to Abuja, another person is going to Lagos, and then you say that you're ahead of. No, someone is going maybe from Lagos to Abuja, and another person is going from Lagos to maybe Kwara or something, and you want to say ahead. Ahead how? What do you mean ahead? Both of you are going to different places. Like, so there was no point. The Holy Spirit just told me, Eniola, your difference is clear. So is every other person's difference. So you don't even have the right to say you want to compete with somebody. So bring yourself out of that place of, I want to compete. You don't compete. There's nothing about competition. It does not, it's not healthy. It's not logical, right? So I think the very first thing, before I move out of what I was talking about, is that my difference was clear. I did not need to put myself in a constant state of comparison. And this second thing, I think I kind of came up with it myself. I discovered it myself. I don't know about you, but I strongly believe that the concept of healthy competition is a scam. I think so because, okay, what is competition? Competition literally means the idea or competition is like striving to defeat somebody, striving to do better striving to do better at something by defeating someone else or by exhibiting like superiority over another person. It is obviously a power play between two people. That's what competition is. It's a power play between two people. Yes, of course, I know that there will be Olympics, maybe football matches and things like that. But here I'm talking about you living your life as a person. There is no such thing as healthy competition. I know that when people say healthy competition, they want to mean that two people like maybe trying to like healthily, maybe do better than the other. But instead of trying to do better than somebody else, why not just focus on trying to do better than you were before? Because trying to do better than someone else will most likely lead you to copying somebody else. And if you're copying, why are you copying somebody else when there's so much to your authenticity? Like, I don't know if it's like this is a healthy competition between, in fact, the word healthy competition, I believe that it is what's the word now? It's a contradictory phrase. That's what I think. I believe that the word healthy competition is an oxymoron because it literally doesn't exist. I don't think it does. I also know that when people say healthy competition, they might mean, maybe like if you're trying to get into the market, you want to compete with you want to do some healthy competition with your niche members or something like that. Maybe you're surveying the market, you're getting your UVP and trying to make your UVP better than that of your other competitors and trying to do all of that. If in the essence of trying to make your UVP better than, you need a unique value proposition better than others, the truth is that you're not actually trying to make your unique value proposition better than others, because you had a solution before you decided to survey the market. You had a solution before you decided to survey the market. So what you are doing is not saying that I want to be better than everybody else. You are just looking for the best way to present your products to your market and to break into the market and gain your own market share. So now ingraining it into your system that you're competing with somebody, don't do that. I don't think there can be a healthy form of competition. I don't think it exists. There will always be somebody that feels bad because they lost. There will always be somebody that feels bad because they lost. So I think that instead of you saying that you want to compete with somebody, or that having a competitive mindset, why not have a supportive mindset? Like, okay, I did an interview for someone a couple of weeks ago, and it was about inbound marketing for a set of like a for a particular market in Nigeria. Let's imagine that it was a market of television, digital products, maybe like TVs, right, television sets, and then the guy says he's an expert, and then the guy says, actually, TV set companies think that, I'm just using that as an example, it wasn't TV sets. TV set companies think that they should compete against each other, but actually they should be collaborating, they should be supporting each other. And I felt great to actually hear an expert speak like that, because really, you will not run them out of the market. I'm beginning to talk business-ish, but let me come back, Sha. Okay, so living your life as a human being, right? Dimming someone else's life will not make yours brighter. Support people instead of competing with them. In as much as you are a branding expert and I am also a branding expert, for example, we both have different journeys. Most of the time, we both have different journeys. There is enough fish in the sea for everybody. You don't need to compete with anybody anyway. So that's my thought process on competition, basically. And I mean, that was what kind of helped me to just leave that place of everybody's competing with me, I'm competing to everybody, into I want to be more supportive with people. I want to support people more, because I know that they can also support people more. Because I know that they can also support me more. I want to be a source of help to other people, because I know that they can be helpful for me too, right? And because I know that we are not going to the same place. So there's no need for me to, maybe someone is doing better. Somebody, maybe, okay, for example, I'm 22. And someone else is also 22. Maybe she has built a new house, or maybe she has moved out of her parents' house. She has maybe gotten a better job. Maybe she has maybe her job is paying her like maybe like 600k monthly or something like that. And then maybe she's also maybe on social media and she's selling books or things like that. And then me, I'm still here in my less than 500k paying job, still in my parents' house. I should now be thinking that she has passed me. She has passed me. I need to secure the bag. There's no need for that. Everybody's race is different. Everybody's journey is different. I genuinely think so. And for the past year, I have lived like that. And I have seen a huge difference in seeing people more as supportive than seeing them as my fellow competitors. There's no need for that. Anyway, so take from this video what you will. But my feedback, my take home for you literally is, don't bother to compete with anybody. Everybody's race is different. Just do your own. Be intentional about your own journey. Be intentional about your progress, but don't think to compare someone else's own to your own. There's no need for that, right? Stop the comparison game. You don't need it. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'll be on next week to talk to you about something else. I haven't thought about it yet. Anyway, so thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I forgot to blow you a kiss in my last video, so I'm going to blow you 2 kisses. Right, so thank you so much. I appreciate you here. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't watch this video without subscribing. Please don't watch this video without subscribing. So have a great day. Bye.